It's a piece of American roadside history, a piece of American road trip culture. Just trying to be the best Tuggle's Gap that we can be.
Tucked off milepost 165 on the Blue Ridge Parkway in Floyd, Tuggle's Gap Roadside Inn has welcomed travelers for a quick stop or extended stay since 1938. Current owner Nick Beanick drove by this place for several years, attending and working Floyd Fest. Then, in September 2021, he bought it.
There's a lot of firsts with this place, a lot of learning things as we go. There was no manual that came with Tuggle's Gap.
A dual citizen of America and Sweden, Beanick spent most of his 20s studying and working in hospitality around Switzerland. So he brings global experience to the crest of the Blue Ridge while keeping history alive.
In the late 70s and early 80s, they were doing a folk life project out here where they were sending around photographers and documenting Appalachian and Blue Ridge culture. And we were able to locate pictures of Tuggle's Gap. This place resonates with people and has been part of people's lives for decades.
Not much has changed with the bones of this place. Original flooring, wood paneling on the walls, but there have been some modern upgrades to the guest rooms like high-speed fiber internet and some appliances.
I think what anybody would say about what we've done with Tuggle's Gap is the authenticity. From what we bring to the table, that's our own influences, to the place itself. To me, being in the kitchen, making the biscuits and gravy, keeping them fresh daily.
The hospitality knowledge came from the European roots. The kitchen skills most definitely came from Beanick's North Carolina roots.
So this biscuit recipe is based on my great-grandmother's recipe. Edna Watson, they say she made biscuits twice a day from age 9 to age 90. And for biscuits, you want to use a self-rising flour that's from the region you're cooking in. Then buttermilk. She always made it with lard. Now we grab a knife, we put in all the butter. The high-tech step that she never did. The trick with biscuits is not overworking the dough. Fold it in on this side, on the top, and on the bottom. That's gonna give us all our layers in our flaky biscuit here. And this is the final roll. We got our biscuit cutter here. 7 minutes, good enough for TV. 2 pounds of old-fashioned style North Carolina pork sausage. I'm gonna set aside all the cooked sausage, just work with the fat. I have no idea how much fat's in there, but I know what it's supposed to look like when it all gets mixed together. I like a bit of seasoning salt, pretty healthy portion of cracked black pepper, and some regular salt. So now I'm gonna add the heat back to it. Add all the milk at once instead of little bit by little bit. All the sausage back. A couple grams of that, and I'm betting we got gravy.
Perfection. The gravy is just so creamy, and you have thick, lump, spicy pieces of sausage. This, boys and girls, friends and neighbors, was a labor of love, and I loved every single bite of it.
You're not only getting an old-timey meal on the plate, it's also being made in an old-timey pan.
Griswold 14-inch cast iron pan. I can tell from the logo embossed on the bottom that it was made between the 1920s and the 1940s. And tens of thousands of meals have been cooked in it.
Tuggle's Gap also offers grab-and-go meals throughout the day, like their new Parkway Picnic Pack. And don't forget to add great-grandma's dessert. But it's not just food. You'll find everything from gas to tick removal and even foraging mushroom kits. Beanick has some plans for a stage and eventually bluegrass concerts on the weekends while you enjoy some time by the fire pit and toss a little cornhole.
It's a lot of work, it'll drive you crazy, but I often have these surreal moments where I just can't believe I'm so fortunate to be doing this with my life.
Tuggle's Gap Roadside Inn, a hometown eat where you get global hospitality with that southern charm.